Hello, everybody. Welcome indeed. How you doing today? I hope you're all well. So today we're about to get into the festivities a little bit early. Would have been kind of cool if it lined up with the actual festivities, but hey, can't have it all. But yeah, I believe last time when we left it, we were about to... Yes, do this. Perchtenlauf. Let's go to the commons. Actually, let's Hello, game. Let's maybe have a look around, see if there's any goings on that we might miss. No, up. Let's see. I doubt that there's gonna be anything, but, you know. Doesn't hurt to check. Just to see. Okay, well, we won't be going back into the Abbey. Sometimes I wonder when they give you this whole, like, you know, oh, let's just go here, if there is actually anything extra that you could do around the map. Could have been cool, sort of hidden thing, you know. But it seems like there's nothing, so let's just go to the commons and enjoy the festivities. Well, I say enjoy the festivities, but every time they do have some kind of event in this village, somebody dies, so... Not a great track record, you see. Look at ill Peter just having the time of his life. It's too damn cold. You shut your mouth, boy. We've done this festival every year. You won't die standing here for 5 minutes. Oh good, you made it, Magda. I was getting worried you would miss the procession. Shivering. I've been so busy trying to finish the mural, I lost track of time. Well, be sure to take some time to relax tonight. It's a feast day, after all. Shh, it's starting. Oh, Artemis looks so lovely. I'd love to be the bright saint one year, leading off all the demons into the woods. That's the only type of boys that'll follow you, Artemis. Fucking hell, Apollo. Apollo, stop that! Sorry, Mom. Christina, see the Perchten? Perchten. Named after the Germanic goddess Perchta, Perchten are supernatural creatures similar to devils who follow Perchta in the wild hunt. So scary. I don't like it. Shh, Andreas. You're all right. They're only costumes. Big masks that our neighbors are wearing, remember? Ugh, it's so cold. Magdalene, would you want to be the bright saint or one of the Perchten? Ooh, typo there. I don't know, unlikely that one of the devs are gonna be seeing this, but, you know, if you see this, well, typo right there to beat the right saint. Oh, a Perchten, they're so spooky. I think the mask would get stuffy, but it would be fun to take any part. You'll get your chance, don't worry. Tassing's done the Perchtenlauf as long as I can remember. Everyone in town's been a part of the procession before. Well, except for you young ones yet. I wish Dad could be here. He'll see next year, surely, and you can go home and describe it all to him. As beautiful as ever. As goddamn long as ever. Well, at least we're going to eat after this. Indeed. Oh, hey, Mags. Magda... whatever. Mags. You made it! I was worried for a minute you'd skip out on the fun. Merry Christmas, Mags. Yeah, I feel like when I picked this trait, I was under the impression that it's gonna be like sort of clever, snappy, sassy sort of deal. You know, this is just being a dick. Merry Christmas, odds. Look, Baltas made a special batch of beer, and I heard you made cookies too. Alexandra and Kaz look like they're going to play something too, and everybody just shuts up except for the baby. I think everybody's experienced a moment like that, right? Where you're in a busy gathering or just a busy place in general. And suddenly everything just stops for some reason, and it's usually when you say something usually when you say something embarrassing. And it just happens to be when everybody's quiet. And then they just stare. And then you get nightmares about it for years. Where was I? Oh yeah, Did you forget Casimir's name, or are you giving everyone nicknames tonight? That's a secret, Max. Come on, let's go get some food. This is eerily quiet now. Hey! Everyone listen up, York would like to speak. Yes, thank you, Veronica. On behalf of the town council, I wanted to thank everyone for coming tonight. Let's just listen. This year has been tough on all of us. We've had more snowfall than anyone can remember, and early frost gave us a small harvest. Folk haven't come through the pass as often. Nico, you've been short of customers, and we've all missed the trade. Alexandra and Casimir's, you've been kept from your journey. ZZ, the snow has kept you from returning home. And I know we've all felt the lack of Klaus in town, as he's been bedridden these past few months. And yet the Lord has blessed us with each other, cheerful guests, and good company. Cheers! Amen! Even though the season has been rough, God knows we still have a lot to celebrate this Yuletide. Yuletide? Christmas time, referring to the pagan celebration of Yule on the winter solstice. This term was Christianized to refer to Christmas time. I didn't know Christmas time was a single word, right? Like that. I always thought it would be like Christmas space time. Or like dash time. And Riz, you've made tools we couldn't have gone without. Just practicing my trade. Dr. Stoltz, you've kept us all in good humors. A proof of my experience, York, in such cruel weather. Yeah, of course he's gotta be. I thought this was from the town council, not to it. It's Werner, he can't go today without someone puffing him up. Magdalene, you've painted the mural for us. I only wish that my father were here to celebrate its close completion with you all. As do we all. Alexandra and Casimir's, you've spread good cheer in the early winter nights. Our pleasure, truly. And especially tonight, I think we should thank Baltus for making such a wonderful beer for all of us to enjoy. Huzzah! No, please. ZZ helped tremendously. It's thanks to him, really. And yes, I still haven't found a way to pronounce his name. Ah, well, grazie. And thanks to our Lord, who has so graciously provided for this feast. Casimirs and I shall play later in the evening, so please come to us with songs if you have one in mind. Saying the shepherds something. Oh, well, that's it, everyone. If I may, Jorg, I'd like to bless this great feast our Lord has provided for us. Of course, Father. Today we have come together to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Just as our Lord has provided for us with this meal, so too did Christ provide us with the bread of life. So please join with me in prayer. Prayers? Now please, everyone, I know Baltus made a fine beer for the Christmas celebration, but remember that temperance is a virtue. Celebrate the Christ child as though his manger were here with us. Merry Christmas, everyone. Finally, let's eat. And it's still eerily quiet. Well, Father Thomas left. Kinda wanna go see where he went, but... You know... What are the chances that all this time... it's been Father Thomas? We never see him right. And obviously the killers didn't confess. I don't know. Maybe this game is starting to turn me mad, but you know, maybe I'm seeing things where there really isn't, but... I don't know. That could be a cool twist, you know? Probably one of the ones you least suspect. I don't know, it's just a bit suspicious that he would skip out like that. Magdalene, you finally come over to say hello. So you decided to use my full name now, have you? You asked me to. Never listened to me before now. He's playing nice in front of us. Hello, Magdalene. Happy Christmas, Eva. Till. Magdalene, how good to see you. How's that mural coming along in the rat house? Almost finished with it, I hear. That's right. The last I heard about it, you were still working on the middle section. The history of the saints, right? Yes, Mother Francisca was kind enough to invite me to into the convent so I could use the cloister as a reference. How kind of her to make an exception for you. I'm sure the interior of the convent is beautiful. The cloister was built in 1234. Well, cool. If I recall correctly. Do they have any great big sale for that year? You know, people like to do that sort of thing. The Lord Kirsa was a generous patron to the Benedictines. It's nice to see the poor Claras taking care of the place. The chapel mural had a Latin inscription saying the convent was built in 1261. Does it? I could have sworn that I read the foundations were built earlier. Unless the Lord Kirsau gave the Bergfried up, the brothers and sisters arrived later. Till, you're muttering to yourself again. Hmm? Oh, apologies. Anyway, Magdalene, what are you painting on the mural now? With the founding of the Abbey and the Saint history done now, I'm working on the final section, the Revolt. I spent most of the day asking people how they remember that night. I think I may have frustrated Agnes. That's right, you were just a few years old then. God, has it been that long? Don't worry about Agnes. She acts cranky, but she's never truly upset with anyone. Except the twins, she would threaten to beat them with her cane for a month after they pulled it from under her, remember? Well, she's not truly upset with anyone for long. It took years. It took years 2-4 Tassing to recover after that night. Is that also a typo, or is that a... Thank God we've come a long way since then. Well, not a typo, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like a mistake. Otto would be proud of what the town has accomplished. I think so too. You know, Magdalene, I think he would be especially proud of you for memorializing Tassing in the mural. He would be thrilled to think that you'd become a part of the family. Oh, I'm honored you think so. Of course, Otz has been charmed by you for years now, and I don't blame him. You're a beautiful young woman. Mom! We'll have to speak with Klaus, of course, but you and Otz are a good match. Right, I'll mention it to Dad. Let's just be polite, I guess. Anyway, I don't mean to keep you chatting away with us older folks. Have fun and a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Eva, Till. Merry Christmas, Otz. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Mags. I like that animation on Apollo, that down there in the bottom, just chewing away. Let's see, we got Veronica, Anna, Alexandra. I assume we're gonna have the chance to speak to all of them, right? Like we don't have, this isn't one where you have to make choices. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Enjoying the celebration? Oh yes, I can't remember the last time we had a celebration this big. It's a nice change of pace. Especially after having to work in this damned cold. I swear it seeps into your bones. Grandpa keeps saying there have been more snows, but I swear I can't remember a colder winter. Pah! There were winters that came so early the crops froze before we could harvest them. We had to do special Perchtenlau that year. Burned the crops in offering. Next spring we had double harvest. Of course you did, old man. Anyway, like York said earlier, it's nice to have a night of good company and cheer. Thank you for mentioning my father in your speech, York. He'll be glad to know he was missed. You're welcome, Magdalene. Klaus is a good man, and we all miss him as a part of the community. To be honest, I didn't expect to make a speech tonight. I just thought about what happened in town this year. Really? Werner kept insisting that someone make a speech, so Paul said that I was the most charismatic of anyone in the council. He said that? Well, he said that I would make the least amount of people angry over it. Balta said it was my charisma. That's one way to phrase it. To be honest, I never thought I'd be someone people in Tassing listen to. Oh, okay, that makes more sense now that I've read the whole thing. But you've always been part of the town council. We didn't always have a council, though. It wasn't until the night of the revolt, really, that I felt like I could do things on my own, be my own man. I loved my father, but what he did, I thought it had doomed the town. A lot of terrible things happened all at once. No one can shoulder all the blame themselves. Yeah, but fuck Peter, though, honestly. No, but my dad chose violence. He chose to destroy the abbey. I always went along with him because he was my dad. He had to be right. That night was the first time I thought any different. I learned that night that you can fight for something right and still choose the wrong way to do it. And I swore that I would never let that happen again. The revolt broke down everything I thought I knew about Tassing, about myself. But it made a lot of things better for Tassing, and that makes me hopeful. What do you mean? Well, our new lord is strict, but he made a deal with us. The council lets us govern ourselves. As much as I was grumbling earlier today, York is right. Life changed in Tassing, and even though the first few years were hard, we're better for it now. No abbot looking down on us, making stupid laws as he sees fit. Our lord lives days away. As long as we pay our taxes, we're left alone. It's a better life for Artemis and Apollo than we had. Don't you talk ill of my son, boy. He gave you everything he had, God rest his soul. I know, Grandpa. Choosing to live differently than your dad was brave. I think you and the rest of the council have done a great job. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done the best I can do right by the town and Dad. You're his son. You've done him proud, boy. Thanks, Grandpa. Anyway, I'm going for another pint. Anyone else? Yes, yes, bring a pitcher. You've had enough, Grandpa. Your humors might become unbalanced. Another for me, Jorg. Magdalene? I'll get myself another later, thanks. Alright, we'll see you later then, Magdalene. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hello, Magdalene. Happy Christmas to you. Good evening, Magdalene. Merry Christmas to you too. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too. Alright, Andreas, say hello to Mr. Strukerin. Hi. Hi. Oh, Andreas, don't be shy. You know Mistress Magdalene. Sorry, Magdalene. He's still a bit quiet. Hello, Ulrich. Hello, Andreas. How did you like your speech, Magdalene? It's a good reminder of everything we still have. We all needed to hear it. For Paul putting him up to it at the last moment, it was well done. Well, Werner insisted someone on the council make a speech. I didn't particularly want it to be me. But Jork did it justice. You can always count on him to speak from the heart, especially a few drinks in. Eh. Truthfully, I think much of the town needed some encouragement tonight. Tassing hasn't had such a hard season since the revolt. Yes, I'm sorry, it's Christmas. We shouldn't speak of such sad times. Let's toast to better days then. Cheers to that. Although, there's an old Latin proverb my dad used to say to me. Ignis aurum pro miseria fortes viros. Yes, that. Fire is the test of gold, misery is the proof of strong men. There's no question, the revolt left Tassing worse off, but seeing the town now gives me hope. You're an artist, Magdalene. I think you can see it too. I think I do. Things seem brighter for Tassing somehow. Yes, those miserable days gave us the resilience we needed to push ahead, to make things better. I still really like that animation of Apollo on the right there. The next generation, like Yorjuta and the twins, you saw what it was like for ourselves. To stand up to tyranny, even at the cost of losing our homes and lives. To be honest, most nights I'm grateful for the revolt. Really? Oh yes, you wouldn't remember, but life was already terrible before that night. The revolt burned away the dead wood that had rotted in Tassing for decades. God knows my father was an evil man. His death released me from years of fear. The revolt gave me the courage to face him, to become better than him. I think something of the same happened when the abbey was destroyed. If things had gone on as they always did, well, we'd be having such a Yule feast. I doubt we'd be having such a Yule feast tonight. The cost was high, but it resulted in just as much joy as grief. I hadn't thought about it that way. Because of the revolt, I could marry Paul and we can supply grain to peasants at a fair price. Our children will grow up without the fear that ruled over my life as I got older. No moment in life is entirely good or bad, Magdalene. What matters more is how we choose to see it. I feel like this is a bit too Jedi. Or I guess, you know, Sith dealing in absolutes. Yeah, not the time to spark arguments, I think. That's a wonderful way to look at it, Anna, thank you. Oh, well, it's something I learned from one of Father Thomas's sermons. I took it to heart when my father died. Don't forget to take some time to have fun tonight, alright? Mommy, I want another cookie. Shh, don't yell, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Excuse us, Magdalene. It seems we have cookies to fetch. Of course. Merry Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Ah, Mistress Magdalene. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Alexander. Merry Christmas, Kazimierz. Enjoying the night? Very much so. The cookies especially. I haven't had such wonderful gingerbread in ages. We were just setting up to perform. Did you have a particular song in mind you want us to play? Between the two of us, we know all the Christmas songs between here and Spain. I don't know any of these songs. Yeah, whatever. I always like Good Christian Men Rejoice. A folk tune, one of Kazimier's favorites. Once Kaz and I play what we've prepared, we'll be sure to play that one. Merry Christmas, everyone! Since it is Christmas, Kazimierz and I wanted to share a special song with all of you in the spirit of giving. Please enjoy. Oh, that ends the night? No, I still wanna...
Nun singet und seid froh, unsers Herzens Wonne liegt in Praesepio und leuchtet als die Sonne, Matris in Gremio. Alpha es et O, Alpha es et O.
Yeah, I like that guy just vibing there, like above Ursula. I forgot his name, but...
O Jesu Pargule, nach dir ist mir so weh, tröst mir mein Gemüte, o puer optime, durch alle deine Güte, o Princeps Gloriae, trae me poste, trae me poste.
Hey! Thank you, truly. Please return to your drinks. We'll be playing all night. Happy Christmas. Okay, I thought that would end the night. I was a bit scared. We could talk to York again, but I think that would end the night. So let's go around. Werner, what? Merry Christmas, Werner. What's merry about it? Friends and family coming together to feast? Family, friends, who needs that shit? By the grace of God, you do, Werner. Did I ask you, Balthazar? No, no, be merry, my friends. Drink and be merry. Finally, someone with some sense. You two have been fighting for years. Isn't right now the perfect time to resolve your disagreements? No. I fear that ship may have sailed a while ago, Magdalene. So what you're telling me is you two sit together at the same table being angry and not talking to each other? I'm no soothsayer, but to me it looks like you want to be friends but are too stubborn to get over yourselves. She's sharp, this one. Don't take her side, Zizi. I'm sorry, but if she's right, she's right. Ugh, I refuse to get myself roped into this foolishness. The fools are here. The fools here are still you two. You are becoming quite tiresome with this, Magdalene. Right, Baltus? Yes, quite so. See, that's a start. Continue, just like that. You must always get your way, is that it? I've noticed that as well. The fiendishness of youth. Please, go enjoy the feast and release our aging souls from your torment. Perhaps a dance later, why not? Until later, gentlemen. Right, here we go. End this. And Wishlav. Happy Christmas, Magdalene. Magdalene, dear. Merry Christmas, Magda. God bless. God bless. Merry Christmas, everyone. How are you enjoying the feast? Utterly delightful. A hearty meal, a mug of Balthus's latest brew. Everything a soul could wish for. It's everything your ample belly could wish for. I am as God made me in his infinite wisdom. Even the ancient Greeks... Yeah, no, there was something wrong with ancient Greens. Even the ancient Greeks knew the sphere to be a most important shape. I can see you're all in a great mood. Impossible not to be when I look at all families gathered here tonight. The laughter of children running around, the love that brings a community together. We are blessed. It's certainly better than all the arguing. As long as you have moments such as this to realize that we matter to each other. Well said, darling. Why, thank you. To the four of us. That, I don't know what that is. No, not Zdraveti. Salute. I'm so happy I met you, Endris. The day I was inspired to come find you in Innsbruck, was the most important day of my life. I'd have been ever so lonely without you. Ah, love at long last. We know the feeling, don't we, Wojslav? The path before us was filled with thorns and thistles, but we endured. Make sure to prepare for that, Magdalene. There will always be some thorns on the path. I'll do what I can. You'll do fine. You're strong and stubborn, just like your mother. I hope so. Well, I'll let you continue with the celebrations. Stay safe, dear. Make the most of this night. You've earned it. Bless you, Magdalene. Enjoy the feast. God bless you. Yeah, don't ask people about, you know, like married couples or whatever. Don't ask about children. I don't know the common consensus, but I think it's rather, you know, it's a bit not rude, I guess, but it's just a little bit like it's just don't ask. Because you never know. Hey Magdalene, sorry to bother you during the feast. Oh, hello Jörg. Did you need something? Well, all the chatter around the revolt earlier had me thinking. You're nearly done with the mural, aren't you? The last time you talked with the council, you said you were working on the final portion, painting the revolt. I don't mean to nag during the feast, though. That's Veronica's job. I should have it done soon. I've been listening to people around town talk about the revolt so I can get a better idea of how to paint it. Everyone has a different idea of how that night happened. But I think I finally settled on how I want to depict it. Yeah? Definitely not this one. It's between this and this. I feel like this framing is a bit too loaded, I suppose. Is it not? With the soldiers in the distance. It's kind of like it kind of implies that the peasants are standing for something right, which fair enough, they were. But it implies that the soldiers are there to like shut them up. This might be a little bit too bleak for a mural. I was kind of thinking, like, after all the talk with everyone, we would go for more of an angle of, you know, yeah, it was horrible thing to have happened, but we're stronger for it, and we'll show some kind of sort of like a, you know, it's a terrible thing that have happened, but you know, we're all stronger for it, and now we're all the better for it. That sort of, you know, message, but not one of the choices. I think I'll just go with the aftermath. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The mural was meant to honor Tassing, not stir up grief. Maybe Klaus was better to pick to paint the mural after all. Anyway, I'll get out of your way. You've got better things to do. I think Otz was looking for you too. He always is. I think I'll actually go home for the night. I've had enough of Otz flirting, and I should check in on my dad. Tell him hello from all of us, alright? I will. Good night, Jörg. Yeah, maybe I should have gone with the peasants. I don't know, I feel like the theme of my mural is like more sort of grounded, I guess. Like what actually happened. God bless you and Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Oh, Merry Christmas, Sister Amelie. Were we bothering you with the noise next door? No, not at all. Hearing people celebrating Christ's birth brings me great joy. Christmas time should be a heartening time of year for us all. I enjoyed seeing everyone feeling better about the future, especially after all Tassing has endured. People here have suffered greatly, but we must always find hope in the midst of despair. It is fitting to celebrate Christ's birth on days with so little light and warmth. People need Christmas in the depth of winter to remind them that spring will return, and we will all have a chance to live again. Magdalene, who is that? Oh no, Dad! You! Hey, wait! Please excuse me, Sister Amelie, I need to check on my father. Of course, God bless you. Thank you, sister. My dad's dead, isn't he? Oh boy. Is someone here? Dad? Oh no, Dad's dead, isn't he? He's finished the job, hasn't he? Oh, thank God. Okay, never mind. Magdalene, is that you? What's the matter? Someone was standing near the house. The door was open. I was afraid something might have happened to you. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything. I've been asleep most of the day, most of the evening too. I'm worried about you, Magdalene. You're worried about me? You're working too hard. I know taking care of me takes up so much of your time. And I know how hard you've been working on the mural. I know how important it is to you. For you to work this hard, it has to be important to you. It is important to me. I'm not going to make it, Magdalene. Are you a doctor now? I've known Werner Stoltz long enough to know when he's going through the motions. He's never been kind, but there's a special coldness to him when he's attending to a dead man. It's alright. This is just life. I'm glad I'm going before you, even if it's sooner than either of us would like. I've already seen too much death in my time. I just wanted to show you what I could do. I wanted you to be proud of me. I have been, every day of your life. You've never needed to prove anything to me. I wish I could stay to see the mural when you finish it, but I don't need to. I know it will be more beautiful than anything these old hands have ever made. Don't say that. It's true though, I mean, I got along alright. But I always knew you would surpass me before long. You can already see things that I never could, see things and make them real. I don't know if that's true. It is. Whether I die tonight or tomorrow or the next day, I'm not going to be here much longer. One morning you're going to wake up and you'll have to do things for yourself. Love things for yourselves. And you'll have to share it with the world. Love is the only reason to do anything in this life. Oh, all this talking. Too much. Could you bring me something to eat? Of course, Dad, you haven't eaten all day. And I missed the Christmas feast, too. I can't believe no one brought me a cookie. I'll go get some soup. We're gonna go back and he's dead, isn't he? Oh, for fuck's sake. Klaus? I'm sorry, Klaus. About everything. You're here. I've been trying to keep Magdalene safe. I've been trying to figure it out this whole time. After the fire, it's all I could think about. Is this Andreas? That and them. They never left me. They're all still here, all in the dance of death. The Baron, Piero. Ferenc, Anna, Peter, Otto, Casper, August, and now you. Dad? Oh god, it's you! Who are you? What are you doing to my father? Magdalene, it's alright. It's alright. I'm sorry, I've forgotten my manners after all these years. And you've likely forgotten my face, or what it once was. Magdalene, this is Andreas Mahler. Oh, hello! Back from the dead. The earliest memory I have is of you running into the burning library. I'm sorry. I don't understand. No one could have survived that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. I don't understand, Andreas. Where have you been all these years? Hiding from the world? In the ruins, mostly. Sometimes in the woods when it was warm. Stealing bread from Gret, stealing books from you. Oh, so I wasn't going crazy. It's the only thing that's kept my mind from forgetting what words are. Wait, how did you survive the fire? With some difficulty. I grabbed as many books as I could and threw them into the scriptorium. When the smoke got too thick, I started to black out. The next thing I remember was Casper pulling me into the crypt. Your apprentice, the boy? You sent him back to Salzburg. He didn't leave. He waited in the woods and watched what was happening. When he saw me in the window of the library, he ran through the crypt to save me. And he did. But he saw that I was trying to save the books and he went back in. I couldn't stop him, I was barely conscious. He never came back out, Klaus. When I woke up, everyone was dead or gone. I couldn't face any of you. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go back to Sabine, that empty house. So I hid. You painted over the Dance of Death in the Abbey. It turns out I had a reason to keep painting. I'm sorry if I scared you. No one's come into the Abbey for years. I thought it was safe there. I was afraid to talk to you. Afraid to talk to anyone. Did you leave us those notes? The one with the purple writing? Well, I know he didn't, but... Ah. No, those were written by a different occult hand. One that does not want you to finish your mural. One that has killed and may kill again to stop you from telling Tassing's history. Tassing's history? Why? Because Tassing's real history is at odds with the story we've all been told. It's been covered bit by bit, layer by layer, until it could no longer be seen. But it's still here. It's always been here, hidden beneath our feet. And it's still protected, haunted by the specter of death that has hung over this place for generations. The thread puller. Thread puller? Beneath our feet? What are you talking about? The person who attacked your father is the same person who manipulated someone into killing Otto Zimmermann. And Lawrence Rothvogel. Yes, and they travel through the Roman aqueduct that connects Tassing and Kiersau. It's a network of tunnels I've become quite familiar with. And I've seen the ghost that haunts them, that can squeeze through the tiniest opening. I've seen it bend itself in half to reach places I could never follow. I've traveled along every inch of the aqueduct and the old city, but there is one place I have never found. The lair where the thread puller retreats to. The ancient Roman temple that it is determined to hide from view. The Mithraeum, you found it? No, but I mapped out a darkness between the collapsed tunnels, and I believe I know how to get there. Come with me, I'll show you. Dad? He's a good man, Magdalene. You'll be safe with him. Will you be alright? Yes, I'll be fine. Protect my daughter, Andreas. With my life, Klaus, I promise. Alright, let's find the Mithraeum. The rat house? What are we doing here? When the men dug into the foundation, they found Roman ruins that had been buried over time. Lucky never wasted stone, so he used the Roman wall as one of the cellars. There's a way inside to the hidden place. Yes. Alright, into the Rathskeller. Oh boy. So Andreas survived. Okay, so Casper went back off screen, I suppose, because I don't remember seeing him go back in. I really thought that Andreas died, like for real. Alright, that wall is different. Does that mean this is the place? No, it's two-sided, new and old. This was above ground once. It carried water. Look. Alright, I think I can make it out. Cornelius today and 6 Mithrium. Cornelius goes to the baths today and completes the 6th rank in the Mithrium. You see? No, I most certainly do not see Andreas. Well, here. A warning would be nice. Oh, sorry. I'm not used to being around people. This is the aqueduct. The aqueduct carries water to the bath, so you think this will take us to the Mithrium? Exactly! You seem quite confident. We know it exists. I know where it is not. I believe this is the only place it could be. It must be near the baths. Well, you've already smashed a hole in the wall, so I suppose we might as well take a look. There. After you, please. You wanna light that before we go in, Magda? Manu propria. As usual, let's okay. This part of the tunnel has collapsed. We're not getting to the Mithrium this way. I think... Yes, Casper and I found a collapsed section of the aqueduct near town. He explored it, but I couldn't describe what he found in the dark. I shouldn't have let him go. I should have taken more care with him. Yeah, see, like, I didn't think, like, I wanted this personality to be more, like, sassy rather than dickish. Andreas, we can't do anything about that now. Yes, of course. The decoration. This must have been the baths. It doesn't look like there's a way through. Silt. All the floods kept carrying it down here. Hundreds of years of flood. What if we can't get through? What if it is buried forever? It's too early to get discouraged. Let's keep looking. Well, we're done looking. Okay, never mind. There's a lower... More stairs down? Would there be something below the baths? A hippocaust. They used warm air to heat the room above. Roman colonies in the north often had them. Let's hope those haven't filled with silt as well. Why do I get a feeling I'm gonna get jump scared by something between these pillars? Do you know where we're going? These pillars just kind of go in all directions. Andreas, could you look that way? I think I'm going to try exploring ahead. Of course. Oh, we're co-op now. What happens if I see the, like, the personality section of the... Oh, it's still gotta be Magdalene, okay. I thought we would get like a... How could you abandon your work, Andreas? I thought you were a true artist, a master of your craft, but all you created was misery. The only thing more pitiful than watching you work in that scriptorium was your love of that dying art. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you got my back. I had thought you understood what I was forced to do. Your callousness killed us all. Nah. Master, why did you send me back into the flames? I did no such thing. Don't hold me accountable for your stupidity. I appreciate the save and all, but still. Oh, hello everybody. No, this isn't right. I can't be here right now. How did I get here? Andreas? You're still here. Yes, for a little longer. You're leaving? I am the last vestige of reason that once ruled this court. When it goes, I will go with it. But who will rule the city if you leave? No one. You must leave this place forever, Andreas. You must abandon it for good. But how? What can I do? I don't even know how I got here. This was once a place of refuge for you, Andreas. But it has become a prison you constructed to protect yourself. From what? From pain, from risk, from life itself. But I can't stay here, I have to help Magdalene. How do I get out? Andreas, you are the architect. I will help you as best as I can, but you are the only one who can answer that. Oh, okay, the white paths are the... Hello, Andreas. Bye-bye. We haven't talked in so long, why? You reminded me of August. Remind me. It wasn't all bad, Andreas. We lost him, but we had 4 years together. They were happy years, weren't they? They were. But then they ended, and it felt like life ended with them. I know. It was hard for both of us. I don't blame you for anything. And you should stop blaming yourself. It may be too late for us, but it's not too late for you, Andreas. It's not too late for Magdalene. Yes, Magdalene. I have to help her. You can, Andreas, but you have to leave this place behind for good. I know I can. I will. You will. Thank you, Sabine. Will I ever see you again? Not in this place, but maybe someday in a better place. In a better dream. Master Andreas! Oh. Casper. It's really you. It's so good to see you, Master. I just want to help you, Master Andreas. You couldn't think straight. You shouldn't blame yourself anymore. I let my family down, I let you down. I couldn't stop Peter, I couldn't save Stassing. I couldn't even save more than a couple armful of books. You did what you could, Master. Everyone knows you did. And that's all any of us can do. Alright, Casper. Thank you. Thank you for everything you taught me. Wait, what happened? This was the way out. Before I started talking to Casper, I know this was the way out. Your mind is fighting itself, Andreas. It remembers the pain of life. It's just trying to protect you from it. Okay, so where's the way out now? So back that way, and then presumably around, up there, and then in there, and then out. Okay. Let's see. Out there, up, around, around. I'm afraid this is timed when I'm going, so I'm just gonna use this to navigate. Beatrice? Yes. I thought you were gone. You brought me back. Oh. So what do I do now? Keep going. So out here, and then down, and then big outer loop around, then loop around again. Oh, hello, August. It's been so many nights, so many years without seeing your face. I thought I had forgotten it. I know there's nothing I could have done, but that doesn't make me feel any less guilty. It's always there under the surface, no matter how I try to bury it. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's alright. What? It's alright, Daddy. It is. You don't have to hide here anymore. I'm scared, August. I know. But that's why you can't stay. There are people who need you. What if I can't help them? I don't know, Dad. I'm too little. I think you have to figure that out on your own. Of course. You're right. Thank you. I love you, Dad. I love you too. Good night, August. Good night. Oh, for fuck's sake. They shifted again, the walls. It's still trying to protect you. No. It's not? No, I mean, no, I don't have to do this. This is my mind, my maze. And I'm leaving. Good. But this next part might be confusing. What? I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Did I make this? You borrowed it. From where? The church. There are layers to everything, even our memories. Over time, the foundations become buried. We can no longer recall how we got here, no longer recall what came before. And what came before? Our Lady, watching over the labyrinth as I watch over you. And even this has roots to reach deep into the past. There was not always a lady to watch over the labyrinth, but there was a labyrinth. Yeah, that's the painting in the church. What? I don't understand. Sister Amelie? Is this real? Am I still in my mind? You are here with me. And we are here in spirit. Are we still in the ruins? We are in the tabernacle, the heart of the labyrinth. The tabernacle holds the Holy Host in a locked and secured box between the surfaces of Eucharist, God's holy place. Your spirit was wandering and the Lord brought you here. But I don't understand. How did you leave your cell? I have not. We are only here in spirit, Andreas. Is it Amelie? Thus far, she is wearing the correct sort of shade of purple. I'm seeing things. Am I having a vision? I know it is confusing. I'm not sure of my own vision. But if you are here with me, it's the will of the Lord. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Andreas, Sister Amelie? What are you doing here, sister? This is the center of the labyrinth, the tabernacle. It is where the Lord sends my spirit to do his will. He has also guided your spirits here. There must be a purpose to it. Sister, we're looking for the Mithrium. Is this it? Mithrium? No. This is the tabernacle, not a place of wood and stone, but a place of spirit. The Lord has called me to this place for many years. He always made his will known to me. Soon he will make it known to you. Sister, how does your spirit come to this place? Through the door between life and death. When my spirit hears the call, it descends through my grave. Yep, she dug when she was digging her grave. I suppose she found a way into the aqueduct. Okay, it's starting to click now. Here, the Lord tells me what messages I must bear and to whom. You deliver messages? Yes, once, long ago, I was a scribe. I copied many works of the great church doctors, Origen in particular. But that all ended with the fire. It ended with my life. Wait, I thought I had given up the pen forever until the visions returned. Oh boy, yeah, it is Amelie. I thought I had given up the pen forever until the visions returned. No! When fire took my abbey, I couldn't save my sisters, not one. All I could grab was a single book and a bolt of cloth. I couldn't understand why God had spared me alone. But He showed me. God had a higher purpose for me, for my hand. Father Thomas explained it to me. He makes everything clear. He tells me what I must do, what the Lord wills me to do. It was you! This whole time you wrote the notes. I found one by my dad when he was attacked. Sister Amelie, you pushed those people into committing murder. What? No, that can't be true. The Lord would not use me for such a purpose. Calm yourself, sister. We'll figure this out. This doesn't make any sense. Why would Amelie want anyone dead? No, I wouldn't. He wouldn't. There was nothing in his messages about murder. No. I am not here. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Scream. Oh, hello, Father. Sister Amelie, shh, it's alright. Father Thomas, how did you get down here? I was right, it was Thomas too. Tassing is an old place. It's buried many ancient roads and tunnels over the centuries. People walk above the hidden ways every day without even knowing it. Though in truth, it was Sister Amelie who rediscovered them first and found this place. Father Thomas, did you... In other circumstances, I would be overjoyed to see you, Andreas. In truth, I'm still happy you're alive, thank God. But I think the occasion of this reunion leaves little to rejoice about. You! You knew about this place? Yes. Knowing about this place, the Mithrium, is why I did all of this. I had to keep it hidden. And I did. Until now. Why? Look around you, what do you see? Roman ruins. Look closer. It looks like the statue of Saint Moritz from the meadow. And the images of Saint Satya from the shrine. I don't understand. It's Saint Moritz and Saint Satya, and Mars and Diana. The saints are the gods? When the Romans left Tassing, their buildings, their temple, their statues remained. Christians settled here centuries later. They found time-worn fragments of that imperial grasp. This statue of Mars Pater that once watched over the Roman field stood there still, headless and nameless. The settlers believed it was Saint Moritz, who was already a legend where they had come from. They found the shrines to Satya, and not understanding she was an aspect of Diana, believed she was another local saint. So the people turned them into saints. Sanctity and sainthood exist outside of what people believe, Magdalene. People cannot turn someone into a saint any more than they can unmake the divinity of Christ. But they knew of the saints and learned local legends of the region and applied them to the figures they found here. No one knew they were Roman gods because there was no account of what the Romans did and left here. Except for Historia Taciae. But Historia Taciae was not known then. Perhaps it had not even been written then. Who knows how long that book had been lost for before it made its way to Father Matthias. And you killed him for it. Yes, with poison. No one suspected. I was right in the end. It was Father Thomas. He died of poison and no one suspected? It must have been quite subtle. His death was unsuspected, but I was the only person he confided in about what he had read in Historia Taciae. When Father Matthias learned that there was no evidence that Saint Moritz had ever come to Tassing, that the shrine to him in the meadow was a statue of Mars that the Romans had erected hundreds of years ago. That Saint Satya was the Roman goddess Diana. He resolved to deal with it. And you resolved to deal with him. Andreas, our people believe in Saint Moritz. They believe in the miracles God has worked through his hand. And they believe in the legend of Saint Satya, that she helped Moritz and watch over Tassing as well. Tassing still. Why does it matter if they were wrong, if the saints weren't here? Then what does that mean for the hand of Saint Moritz? What does it mean for the people who prayed to him, to Saint Satya, and believed their prayers were answered? What does it mean for the church that has given people hope, fixed like a false star in a dark sky? If the people have reasons to doubt the validity of the saints, can they doubt the church? Can they doubt the gospel of the word of God? Perhaps some would, but you've always told us that we have to accept Christ of our own free will. Yes, of course, but preserving the legends of our saints doesn't interfere with individual volition. You are preserving a lie. I preserved a lie to illuminate greater truth. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. If you believe this, if you truly believe this, eternal life is yours. And saints have walked among us, and their relics work miracles, and they hear our prayers and answer them. And the two that protect this town were never here. They don't need to know that, Andreas! There are times when God feels so far away from us in these mountains. But a peasant in Tassing can stand in a field, look over our valley and say, Saint Moritz was here. God was with us, and he is with us still, and he will be with us always. And that is the truth, even if the legend of Saint Moritz is a lie. So many people have died because of what you've done. I know this is hard to believe, but I was trying to save lives, to prevent death. But one murder didn't solve the problem, did it? Because one day Baron Rothvogel rode into town with another copy of Historia Tassiae. A copy he promised to give to the abbot so Kiersau could come to terms with its past. And if Father Cherno read its contents, he would be facing the same danger you saw in Father Matthias. In retrospect, given how Father Cherno chose to run the abbey, my fears may have been unfounded. That sentiment didn't prevent you from doing it again. You're right, it didn't. But then why Otto? Certainly he didn't have anything to do with Historia Tassiae. He couldn't even read. In the end, his murder provoked Peter and the others into destroying the abbey. I never thought that would happen. I underestimated Peter's anger and the peasants' frustrations. So you killed him to prevent an uprising, but it caused it instead. Someone else killed him, as someone else killed Baron Rothvogel. And it wasn't to prevent an uprising, but to stop him from showing people what he found, the head of Saint Moritz, what he found when he was helping to dig up the foundations of the Rathaus. Something from our pagan ancestors? No, not quite so old. What he found was a stone head. The missing head of the statue in the meadow, the statue at the shrine of Saint Moritz. How did it wind up over here? The most likely culprits are rain, floods, and time. Blacktail told me that farmers find old tools and pottery in the fields every year. Yes, and this head remained hidden for centuries. It sat in the soil until Otto found it, and he was going to show everyone that God had favored the town with his discovery. What Otto could not know is that our shrine statue was not of Saint Moritz, because Otto could not read the words chiseled across the helmet, Mars Pater. But the man he entrusted with this information, the town priest, could. Yes. And he told him to meet you on St. John's Eve at the Rathaus. I could not let him destroy our town's beliefs. And you had poor Sister Amelie write down what you told her were visions she couldn't remember. And deliver them in the dead of night to Guy, to Hannah, to Martin, so that one of them would murder Otto just as someone murdered Lawrence. What about my father? I'm sorry, Magdalene. Why did you do it? It doesn't make any sense. Was it because of the mural? Yes. Klaus pursued the project with the determination of a guilty man doing penance. He kept digging and digging for answers about Tassing's past, Kiersau's past. I was afraid that sooner or later he would find out about Moritz Satya. Displays everything. So you tried to kill him? No, I tried to scare him. First with the note, but he ignored it. I thought if I ransacked the workshop it would scare him off. I didn't expect him to come down so quickly. It was just an accident. It wasn't an accident, you almost killed him. I know. So what are you going to do now? Kill me? Kill Magdalene? No, of course not. I have neither the means nor the will to do so. But even if I can't stop you from telling people what I've done, I can stop them finding this place. No, Father Thomas, stop! It's too late for me, but I can still take Tassing's secret with me. Fuck me. Father, you're going to kill us all. You're going to kill Emily. Then leave and take her with you. You can tell the townsfolk what you want, but if you stay here, we'll die together. Father Thomas, this is suicide. I know. I believe it is an act of faith. And if it is not, I am prepared to answer for it. Well lads, we better skedaddle. Father! Go! God damn, Father Thomas. He's hardcore. Are you alright? Oh, Sister Emily. She's still out, but I think she's fine. You must have heard that at the Golden Hand. The entire church collapsing? I'd hope so. What are we going to tell them? What do you mean? About this? About everything? Why couldn't we just tell them the truth? For the same reason Father Thomas hid it. Please explain your thinking. I'm just not sure it makes sense. What good will it do to tell everyone about Saint Moritz and Saint Satya? Maybe Father Thomas was right about that, if nothing else. Maybe it would break their faith. I think he's wrong. I think the people here have enough faith to hear the truth. I'm just gonna pick this line because I want to kind of shake things up, you know. You know better than I do, especially since I've been away for so long. I thought understanding this would feel better. We found out who did all this, who attacked my dad. But it's not like we can bring anyone back. We can't undo any of the hurt that he's caused. Father Thomas won't be able to hurt anyone else. Maybe he never would have. I think you're right, we should tell them. About the saints, the Romans, all of it. I hate doing that. I hate that doing the right thing feels so awful. I'm sorry. I am too, but I still think that we need to do it. Then we'll tell them. Good. We should get Sister Emily someplace warm. We can take her to my house. We'll probably have some explaining to do. A lot, I think. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad you didn't die in that fire. I am too. I think. Merry Christmas, Andreas. Merry Christmas. Right, before we continue, let's take a quick little short break, and then, you know, I gotta fill my water and do a couple things first, and then we'll present this revelation to the village. And hopefully things will turn out well. So yeah, get up, stretch, grab a drink, whatever you need, and we'll continue in just a little bit. Right. Everybody good? Comfortable? Let's jump right back in. Oh! Magdalene, you made it back! Did you think I wouldn't? Well, I heard such terrible din, and the house shook. I feared the worst. Is everything alright? I don't think so, Dad, but it will be. Are you alright, Dad? Yes, I'm sorry. Just tired. Sit by me, tell me what happened. It started in the rat house, well, the Rathskeller. Andreas found an old Roman message there that pointed to the Mithrium. Huh. So we went into the aqueduct. The section we found must have been closed off for centuries. We found an old Roman bathhouse. We couldn't go through, so we found our way down to a level under the baths. I think Andreas said it was a hippocaust. I got separated from Andreas. I was really afraid I'd lost him, that we'd both gotten lost down there. But then I heard his voice off in the distance, and I was so relieved. Dad? Are you still listening? Dad? Dad? That must be awful, man. Like, just mid-story and everything. Well, this is a time skip and a half, isn't it? I know it's hard. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is. But we will all do our best to make you feel welcome when you get here. It's strange to think this will probably be the last letter I send to you. So I will end it with my love. Esther. Magdalene? Oh, Zizi. Sup? Insipid. Is there like more to this story, or is this like sort of epilogue type deal? Yes. I am sorry to disturb you, but I wanted to let you know that everything is in order. Altus has ensured that all of the financial matters will be handled. The money will be forwarded to you via the Reichspost as soon as everything is settled. I appreciate it. Please thank him for me. Thank him for everything. Of course, Mistress Druckrin. I did not know your father well, but I know that he was well regarded by everyone who spoke of him. It seems that Tassing has lost many things in one man. I am very sorry. Thank you. Good fortune to you. Now what? It looks like we're packing up. I guess we're moving to Prague. Are you sure you have everything you need, Magdalene? We'll see. I know I'm ready to go. Well, you can't leave without this. It's chamomile, cinnamon, and wheat flour. If you're traveling and you're having cramps, I know, I'll use it. Well, Hildegard's recipe just called for chamomile and wheat flour. I added the cinnamon for taste. Saint Hildegard of Bingen, that was a Benedictine abbess, visionary, mystic, and prolific writer on a variety of subjects from theology to musical compositions to medicine. I'm so sorry about what happened to your father. Thank you. Mother Francisca had us all say prayers for him. And for you as well when she heard you were leaving. Really? That's so sweet. Please thank her for me. I will. We'll all miss you so much, Magdalene. I'll miss you too. God bless you. Safe travels. Magdalene, I can't believe you're really leaving. You should come visit me. Ha! The farthest I've ever been is the Mittenwald market, so I don't think that's very likely. Write to us, though. We want to hear about your new life. I will, I promise. You are a special girl, Magdalene. Drukrin. I understand why you're leaving. God knows you have good cause. But Tassing won't be the same without you. Safe travels, and God bless you. Oh, okay, so... just this area. Oh, look, we have a new father. Oh, hey Mags. Odds? I'm really sorry about your dad. He was always nice to me. My mom says he was a good man. He was a good dad. Well, thanks, I should get going. Mags! Magdalene! You sure you don't want to marry me? It's a little too late for that, don't you think? Right. I just didn't want to spend the rest of my life wondering if I should have asked. You know? Look after your mother, Odds. Good morning, Mistress Drukrin. Are you off soon? Yes, father. Just saying my last few farewells. Of course. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you or your father. God rest his soul. I am too. Don't let those bohemians put any heretical ideas in your head. Once their pernicious seed takes root, they can choke the faith right out of you. I will keep my guard up, father. Let's just humor him. Good, good. Keep the faith. God bless you, Father Elias. God bless you in your travels. God bless you as well, Sister Amelie. Are you leaving today? I am. I'm just heading up to the mill in a bit. Did she always wear that purple cloak? Because I think we might have made the connection before if she had. Or maybe I just didn't notice. Because that's the same shade as the ink, you see. Or at least similar, and I don't think anything else in the game is that shade of purple. I'm so sorry for everything that happened. I know, it's alright now. Thank you for helping me. Do you know what you'll do now? Will you become an anchoress again? I don't know, honestly. Father Elias is trying to help me, but I need to learn to rely on my own judgment a little more. It's going to take a long time to atone for my part in what happened. Perhaps the rest of my life. God knows you didn't mean to do harm. He does, but harm was done. I am writing an account of what happened here. As well as I can remember it anyway. If it is not enough to earn forgiveness, I pray that it will at least illuminate this history of the great darkness. Good. It's worth remembering. God bless you, Sister Amelie. God bless and keep you safe on your travels, Magdalene. That's all, is it not? Oh, okay, now I can go to the mill. Elsa. Magdalene, this is it? It is. Time for me to leave. Good. Get out before this cursed town swallows you. Passing will bring you nothing but anguish and misery. Elsa, I hope one day you will find a path out of your sorrow. God willing, though I'm doubtful. Stay safe on the road. These are still dangerous times. We'll be fine. Look after your family. Paul, Anna, and your grandkids still need you. I'll do what I can. They are what little I have left. Without them... Never mind. Godspeed, Magdalene. Oh, Andreas has had a shave. Are you sure I look alright? Of course, Andreas, you look perfectly respectable. You're a little worse for wear, but a good sight better than you were. It was kind of the women to help clean me up. I'm afraid I'd forgotten how to look after myself. Some would say you took care of yourself quite admirably. How many men here could have survived in a burned-out cellar for the better part of 20 years? Subsisting on our discarded rye, no less. I'm sorry about that. Andreas, we already told you, it's alright now. Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene. Are you off soon? Hello. Yes, I'm riding with your flower to Mittenwald and then down to the Isar. I'm sorry to see you go, Magdalene, but I hope Prague is everything you've dreamed of. You've been there! Well, 18 years ago or so. If it's half the city Esther describes, I'm sure I'll love it. Okay, there we go. It was a wonder the last time I saw it. You have a chance to make a life of your own there. God knows I've squandered so much time. Use the time you have and use it well. I will. I don't know how, but I will. I wish you could have seen it, Andreas. I know. You would have loved it. I hope so. Magdalene, if angels carried him down to bear witness, the heavenly host would have to wept at it. You should have become a poet. I don't have the talent for it. Maybe not, but you do have the temperament. Magdalene, I wanted to ask you something about the mural before you go. I thought it was supposed to cover the whole wall. Why did you leave a section blank? For the future. Unless history is going to stop in Tassing the moment I roll down the road. I think your wagon is about to leave. Oh, it is. It hardly feels like enough time. Thank you for everything you did for me and my family. God bless you, Andreas Mahler. Andreas? Are you alright? I'm lost. That's alright. You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Besides, you can't leave yet. The children require your expertise. Oh? They're up on the mill, the walkway. I'll have supper ready when you're done. Just remember that you're always welcome in our home, Andreas. Thank you. Oh, we're Andreas again. Ah, I see. My hat! Oh. Oh, I see now. This is the book Sister Amelie is writing. And I suppose this is the mural. This is Lady whoever the hell who's first started the abbey in the ruins.
Ich hatte einst ein schönes Waldland. Der Eichenbaum wuchs dort so hoch.
Yeah, it might be a bit bleak in contrast to the others, but
Die
that is what happened, and yeah. Hopefully the next the next part of it is gonna be brighter.
küsste mich auf Deutsch und sprach auf Deutsch. Man glaubt, es kam wie Gutes klang. Das Wort, ich liebe dich, ich liebe dich. Es war ein Das Wort, ich liebe dich, ich liebe
Wait, was it supposed to be Mueller all this time and I just mispronounced it as Mahler? I wasn't blind this whole time, right? Well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well. I'm almost at a loss for words. That was pretty great, actually. I really enjoyed that. I enjoy the writing. I enjoy the gameplay. You know, it's just simple point and click, not really a sort of puzzly or quick time event or anything like that. It's just straight up dialogue choice. I like the story a lot. I've said that, I think. I think I might need a sip of coffee. Wake up a little bit. I like the I like the telling of the story a lot. I like how most of your choices do affect something, even if it's just like a little pieces of dialogue. I like the sort of system around picking where your character's personality and your character's in Andreas's case, like well, where he's traveled and whatnot, and then he has different responses that you can use. I don't know, I struggle to think of something I don't like about this game. I guess I don't know, I guess in a way because I think it's a little bit too unspecific, I guess, in terms of the story as to who actually did the killing and the murders. Although I guess that's just one of those things where we'll just never know, and the story works fine with it as I think the story works fine. I think if you choose any one of them because well, the story has to work fine if you choose any one of them. So did that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like you can't radically have a different story depending on which one you choose. There's just not enough writing time and so on. I don't think. You know what I'm trying to say, right? No? Well, apologies. But yeah, it was really cool how open-ended it was and how many like little pieces of references to your choice there were, even if sometimes it's not like the most drastic of changes. Also, I don't know why this credit is like just fully silent. I would appreciate some kind of music here, game, please. It's getting awkward. But yeah, if you're into story-based game, I highly suggest it. You know, I'm most curious about seeing the different murals and the different. I think there was another piece of art that you got to decide. Was it? Were there not? Was there not? where you can have a little bit of variety. Oh yeah, the one in the Dance of Death. I think would change depending on which suspect you you accuse and got executed. So that would be pretty cool to see. But I've already mentioned that I don't tend to replay games like this very soon after beating it. And especially this one because it took, let's see, 19 hours total. Let's cut out my breaks because I leave the game open in those. So let's cut out my breaks. Let's say average of 15 minutes. We're in day 6, so about 1.5 hours. So still about like 18 hours and change, 17 hours and change total playtime. Oh, they actually consult actual books and whatnot. That's really cool, actually. The art style I love. I really love the art style. Thank you, team, for making this wonderful piece of story. Yeah, that was awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for going on this little trip with me. I don't know what we're gonna be playing next. I guess we'll find out together. But yeah, it's been great to play Pentiment. I highly suggest trying it out yourself if you're into this sort of games and sort of test out your own choices, I suppose. Like pick out your own choices rather than just tagging along with me. And if you pick different choices, then please upload the the Dance of the Dead mural and the actual mural at the end, because I want to see what the alternatives are. I think would be cool. Oh, and also a bit disappointed that you don't see a reaction to the mural other than Andreas sweet talking me, smooth talking me about it. But I guess they don't want to make the player feel like they made the wrong choice in regards to that. I think it really is just, your own choices to what you want to depict in the mural. So yeah, not a whole lot left to say really. So as always, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope it's been fun. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. Though hopefully not as dry a throat. And yeah, I hope everybody has a nice rest of your day. I still actually have some Sunday left because, well, we were ending early today. But yeah, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. And I hope everybody has a nice week ahead. See you next time. Goodbye.